Hello, Wastelanders. It's Jewel Smith. Today, I am Fiona, General of the Minutemen. And this is another episode in my tour of the settlements. With me, as always, is the love of my life, John Hancock. And we're going to go check out Starlight Drive-In. Now, I found Starlight Drive-In pretty early in the game because it's not very far from Sanctuary. There's Sanctuary, Red Rocket. We visited those, and Abernathy Farm in previous videos. In our last video, I went to Ten Pines Bluff. But now we're going to be at Starlight Drive-In. Now, I used to use Sanctuary as my recruitment center for a while. And then when I found Starlight, I said, you know what? This is going to be my recruitment center. It's really cool. It's really big. It's kind of centrally located, well, at least for, early in the game. And there go my provisioners. Now, I don't know why these people never despawn. Scavengers who ended up killed out here. There's a lot of stuff that spawns out here. And if you have your if you have this settlement long enough, you will end up, basically, I call it Easter egg hunting. You can run around and pick up pipe pistols all over the place. Out along here, out here, and out here. There was one time I hadn't collected the pipe pistols and rifles and junk from all the things that had spawned and been killed out here. Now, obviously, the bodies despawn after a while, but the rifles, the guns that fall to the ground, stay there. And I picked up like 50 weapons. I'm not even kidding you. It was crazy. Anyway, alright, so we're on the approach to Starlight. It's not quite as impressive as at nighttime, but I have some neon signs out here. And some neon signs up there. And maybe we will wait until nighttime and I'll show you those in the dark. Actually, my next video, because I think this is going to be a long tour, because this is a very big settlement for me. I have 20 residents that live here, and I've done a lot, and this has been a very central, important location for most of my games, so it may take me a while to give you the tour. And then what I'll do is my next video, instead of continuing the tour, I will show you the arena that I have built, because I have a Deathclaw trapped in there. And as the neon sign says, Friday Night Fights, Robots versus Deathclaws, I have two robots. I have fire and ice.
This unit is ready to serve.
I bet you are. They shoot fire.
Actually, I'll be back later.
Understood.
And they shoot ice. She has a cryojet, that one. But yes, I have a Deathclaw trapped back there. And so we will do a battle in the next video. But for this video, it will just be part of the settlement tour. I think I said I'm level 108. Right. And so I've pretty much done everything in the game, and at this point I just putz around with the settlements. So Starlight Drive-In. I'll start by showing you the wall around the outside, as I do. This one I did not use the shack bridges. This one I used a regular metal wall. And the backs of some buildings that got filled in, but I enclosed it with a big metal wall. I thought that would be a good way to go. Just close the whole thing up. Now I do have a back gate here, which I feel in real life would be a bit dangerous. and that would be the spot where everyone would try to come in and attack, but they don't. In the game, everything seems to want to attack from either the front entrance or those hills over there. You see the hills just beyond Starlight? That's where I get death claws and super mutants and synths and garbage like that. But other than that, they try to attack the front entrance. So I put in a little back door back there, and that's where the caravans and my provisioners, some of them go in and out back there. But yes, Starlight I have enclosed by metal walls. I felt like that was the way to go with this. And what is my defense? I have a defense of 214. That's pretty high, probably one of the highest defended settlements that I have in the game. Yes, 20 people live here. Actually, I think it's 18 plus the 2 robots. Do the robots count? Alright, well, they guard the entrance when they're not fighting Deathclaws. So let's come in here. And this is the snack bar. This is the original building when you unlock the settlement, the snack bar. I have a generator on top that powers most things in the settlement. Now, when I unlocked Starlight, I said to myself, I am going to make this a swap meet. Because when I was a kid growing up in a very small town, we actually had a drive-in movie theater in our small town. And there would be a swap meet every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, at the drive-in movie theater. And I'm very nostalgic for those oldie times because I am an oldie person. So I built a swap meet here, and this was my favorite settlement. Now, I love Abernathy Farm too, don't get me wrong. But for the longest time, at the beginning of the game, this is where I considered myself to live. This is where I stored everything, all my extra loots. This is where I would process. I had a recruitment beacon set up here. I used to have one at Sanctuary, and then I moved it here. Because what I do is I have all of the recruited settlers coming to one settlement at a time. I don't put up recruitment beacons all over the place. I put one recruitment beacon up, keep all of my extra goodies, weapons, armor, all that stuff in one place, and then I outfit people and then send them off to other settlements as needed. So this was the settlement recruitment center for almost all of my game. Like seriously, like just the whole... It was only until I unlocked Bunker Hill, which for me was pretty late in the game. When I finally unlocked Bunker Hill, then I used Bunker Hill now as my recruitment center. But it was Starlight for the longest time. So I had lots and lots of beds here. As I've mentioned in other videos, I have a charisma of 10. That is effectively 14 because of the bonuses on my armor. So I can have up to 24 people in a settlement. So I would recruit people here, and I'd get a whole bunch of folks waiting, and then I'd come and I'd outfit them with great stuff and send them off to other settlements from here. But anyway, this is the snack bar. This is where everybody gathers after work. And they hang out and chit chat. Isn't it weird how the permanent fixture lights, these lights are upside down, and then when you actually install them through the workshop, they're the other way around. So they don't match, and you can't rotate them, at least not on console. I play on PS4, so there's a lot of things I can't do, unfortunately. Alright, so here's up here. La la la. Very protected. Now this is one of the first buildings I built at Starlight, and it's built off of the big sign that's out front here. See, this is actually a sign, like a roadside sign. I used it as the back wall of that building. Oh, and these street lights, now obviously I couldn't put those in until I got the add-ons. One of the add-ons added street lights. so I put in streetlights more recently. But upstairs here we have a rec room. Another advertisement for Jamaica Plain, which we will visit. But I advertise Jamaica Plain in most of my settlements because that is where I have a very nice brothel. So it gets advertised. It wasn't advertised at Abernathy. Connie won't have any of that garbage around Lucy. Not at all. So I didn't put one up there. You know how Connie is. And in here, where aren't you working?
Yes?
Yeah, you're a farmer guy. Go tend to the potatoes, sir. This is a little living area. It's got some bedrooms. I wish I could get rid of that plant junk. It pokes up through the floors and walls, but you can't. Not on PS4. Bedrooms. And this was the first place I built for people to live in when I was first working on the settlement. And of course, bathrooms. Gotta have bathrooms, right? So then I built my shops, my swap meet around the outside edges. Here's my general store. Hey, guy. Some of his goods for sale.
Yes?
Magazine rack that's almost full. I don't know if there's even any magazines left in the game for me to find anymore. A little kind of a double bed thing back here. Why is there a shelf over the bed with nothing on it? I could probably get rid of that. Because as you can tell, I'm so close, I don't think there's... Oh, it says nothing more can be built, right? See, so if I want to build anything else, I have to destroy something. So, unfortunately, that means, you know, I wish I could get a lot more detailed and put a lot more things to make it look more realistic, because that's my thing. I like realistic looking settlements. But because of that hot bar in the top right corner, I'm limited to what I can build and how much I can have here. Of course, there are a few little tricks and ways around that, but in general, I'm stuck working within the parameters of the game. Hey, you know what? I need that. I need that outfit. I'm going to take that from him. But yeah, here's the armor shop. He sleeps in here. We got the armor workbench. Here's the weapons shop. He also sleeps in here and has the workbench. Oh, I have an empty weapon stand. I need to fill it up. I have a shredding minigun that can go right there, but it's back at Bunker Hill. I'll have to pick it up later. And here's the hospital. And the doctor. I wanted to get Doc Anderson. She is a random encounter that you can find out in the wasteland at one of the campsites. And then you can recruit her. And if you put her... you need to go there, not on the bed. You can send her to one of your settlements, and if you put her at one of these level 3 clinics, she'll actually be a level 4 doctor. That's what I've read. But I never encounter her. I am a level 108, and I have never run into her in the wasteland ever anywhere. I even went around to every single campsite that I could, looking for her, and never have found her. So someday if I find her, I will send her here, and she can be the doctor for Starlight Drive-In / swap meet / arena. And here's the clothing store. And now for the clothing store, I do have Anne Hargraves, which is someone that you can find at the radio station that is down near Egret Tours Marina, I think. It's down near there. You can encounter her and you can recruit her, and she will work in the clothing store. And if you put her in one of these level 3 clothing stores, she will actually be a level 4 clothing merchant. I don't know why she's not at her shop at the moment, but she will sell some interesting items. Like she sold me the Colonial Duster that Preston wears and the Minutemen hat. I didn't actually take that off of Preston. I bought it from her. Of course, that probably means nothing to PC users because they're like, well, I can do whatever I want all the time. PC Elite, woohoo! But, you know, on PS4, since we still don't have mods, you know, we got to do what we can. So, anyway, but I did not know that she would sell things like that, so that's pretty cool. And I don't know where she is. Hey, lady, where are you? You need to tend to your clothing store. Now back here, of course, this is the screen, the movie screen, and you can go up here. And I used to have a guard tower right here because wouldn't it? I mean, this is perfect, right? You can look out and just see absolutely everything for miles. But they seem to have a hard time pathing up here through the hallway. Oh, see? Now why is she up here? And she probably can't path down. There's Anne. Hey, Anne.
Let's see what kind of clothes you've got for sale.
See? She's even got another Colonial Duster right there. Oh, I'm going to take it. I'm going to take it. What else has she got? Ah, militia hat. I want one of those. And I want that. Pastor vestments. Yeah, see. Oh, postman uniform. I need that. Dang, girl. See, she sells all the good stuff. All right, I'm going to take all that. Yes, thank you.
We put on some wonderful radio plays. You should listen sometime.
I will. That sounds great. Doesn't she look like Desdemona with glasses on? Are you Des's sister? Or are you guys both synths and you just look alike? Anyway, so I tried to put a guard tower up there, but they just never seemed to be able to path to it. So I finally just gave up and said, all right, whatever, forget it. But I do have this little crash pad up here. This is, I have this thing about wanting to have places at all my settlements, well, most of my settlements, the ones where I spend a lot of time. I like to have my own little bedroom or my own little bus or my own little mattress somewhere in a corner, which is, you know, that would be, hey, that's the general's place where she sleeps when she's visiting the settlement. So this is my spot up here where used to be McCready and I would hang out because I used to run around with McCready, but then I dumped McCready and hooked up with Hancock, dropped the zero, got with the hero. So now it's me and Hancock hanging out and doing the drugs. Drugs are bad, kids. It's just a game. So that's the screen. And behind the screen are some little buildings, little rooms. So I've made this a bedroom. And I've made this a little kind of a barracks room. Can't scrap that floor safe, so it's always there. But a little place to sleep. Now I put this fence here because I kept having caravans coming in and walking right through my field, and I didn't like that. I wanted them to go around the other way and not trample with their Brahmin through our food supply. So that's the caravan stop. And yes, I have a gorilla. Hello, gorilla. Because I made the gorilla cage. And see, it adds 10 to the defense, and it adds happiness. Hey there. I built a gorilla cage, and I was able to capture one because I did the ending a certain way. I've heard that you have to do certain things in the game in order to be able to capture the gorilla. I guess I did the right things, and I was able to capture one. Anyway, so Starlight has a pet gorilla. But this is where the trading caravans hang out when they're here. And, you know, they will use the cook stove, and they will sit in the chair, and they will sleep on the little beds at night. So that's where they are. And over here we have the food for the settlement. Most of the food is grown back here in this corner. And that's more than enough food for everybody. I think there's a few mute fruit bushes here and there in other places, but most of the food is grown back here. Food is grown back here. Now, I kind of skipped over this section here. This is my power armor hanger. Most of my power armors are collected here. This is where I work on the power armor. This is where I show off the power armor. Now, I left it two ways. I'm going to show you. Recently, one of the add-ons added these power armor displays. And aren't they nice? They have little lights on them. They require direct hookup to electricity. They have lights overhead. Isn't that fancy? But they don't actually light up. I mean, I guess they kind of light them up, but not great. You know, they don't shine on the helmets. They shine on the chests. All right, that's fine. Whatever. But the way I used to have it before I got the add-on was to just have them standing there with these little lights shining up at them. And I think that looks fine. And it doesn't require a lot of power. It doesn't require being wired up. And it takes up less of the hotbar, to be honest, than those things. So what I'm probably going to do after this tour is I'm going to destroy those and just leave it the way that it was before, with some of these track lights shining up at them, and get a little bit of my hotbar back. I mean, I appreciate, thanks Bethesda for adding these displays, but it's kind of overkill, at least as far as I'm concerned. I mean, I can just display this stuff just fine standing there or in back here as it is. So here's some of the new power armor paint jobs. Abraxo, sugar bombs. Now this one is one of the Vim power armors from Far Harbor. I've got the other one over here. There's a Vim refresh paint job, and there's just the standard Vim paint job. But the reason that this is not a whole suit is because I don't have a whole suit of T-51. The whole suit, the original suit that was found in-game on Far Harbor, is on display in the town of Far Harbor. I left it there. I thought it was appropriate to leave it there. But I was going to make another suit here on the mainland, but I can't seem to find the T-51 legs. So for now, it's just sitting there. But this is the shark paint job and the pink flames paint job, and this is the red flames paint job. This is the Tesla power armor. I got that, was given to me. I don't remember when, but it was part of some quest or something. And then back here I'm working on suits for the Minutemen. Now at the castle I already have 3 complete Minutemen suits, completely tricked out with, it's all T45F version. It's all painted, it's all modded and whatnot, or not, not computer modded, but you know what I mean, like modified with hydraulics and whatnot. But these are not complete yet, so I'm still working on these. I need to get I go back to Rowdy at the Atom Cats every so often, and she'll have T45 armor pieces that I can buy from her to put these together, because my level's too high now. The stuff that randomly spawns in the game is usually X01 or T60, like that stuff. So I don't usually find the T45 or the T51 anymore, but Rowdy sells the T45 pieces, so I go to her and get some every so often when I can, and I'm gradually working on Minutemen suits. So that's my power armor. Yay. Oh, look at sun rays. Over here I have a bathroom. And again, because I can't get rid of those bushes, but I have toilets and tubs for the residents and for the caravans to use. That's a robot from Automatron. I used it to build Fire and Ice and other robots that I might put into the arena. Okay. And then I've just got a little row of houses over here for the people who live in Starlight. This little row of houses was the second housing area that I built after that one in the corner there. I built it off of the workshop that was already here. Do I have any bottle caps to pick up? I do. I haven't picked them up in a while. 5,713 bottle caps. I'll take those. But see, I have this little shack here, built off the side of that one. And then I added another little house there. And this is the scavenger's house. That's Boggy. He used to be the scavenger at Bunker Hill, and then I sent him over here.
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
He got kidnapped by raiders once, and I had to go rescue him. Silly Boggy. There's his house. And I have a suit of power armor here with a fusion core in it, but they never seem to use it. They will put them on and run around in them when the settlement gets attacked, but nobody ever seems to put this one on. So, oh well. I got some water purifiers, guard tower. I put this ladder here so that I could come up here when we get attacked on this side of Starlight. We get attacked a lot from right there. So I like to be able to run up on the roof and shoot at things. You know, there's like this weird little spot out here. Let's see if I can find it. There's like a abandoned desk. Is this it here? Yeah, look. There's a campfire and a chair with a desk. Huh, like just sitting there. Like somebody's keeping an eye on the Starlight. Isn't that weird? I don't really know why that's there. I mean, you know, it doesn't need a reason, I guess, but this seems to be where things like to spawn right there. Alright, so now we're back in. And of course I have a Brahmin. And I guess that's just about everything, isn't it? And then in the center, when the Wasteland Workshop stuff came out and you could build arenas, I thought, well, this is the place to build the arena because there's a great big open space in the center. I used to have water purifiers in the little puddle that was in the center. but then I built those over there when they were there's an add-on that allows you to put in water purifiers without needing to have water. So I changed my water purifiers, but you can still see the pond underneath the arena. But this is my arena. And what we'll do is we'll talk about the arena, and we'll have an arena battle in the next video. Deathclaw versus Robot. Alrighty. But yeah, so that's Starlight. I like Starlight. Oh, we should wait until dark. Oh no, I've already done a half an hour. My goodness. Alright, well then I guess I should cut it off here. I think half an hour is long enough. Thank you for watching. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I've done with Starlight. My next video on the tour will probably be Zamonja. That's out near Ten Pines. I will go out there. It's a very small settlement, but I'll show you what I've done out there. I don't really have a set live stream schedule, but I try to do a video every day or two. Oh, and now my phone's ringing. See, it's time for me to go. Like and subscribe, leave questions and comments, and I'll see you next time. Thanks. Bye.